Hello, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services sales executives, for our video message of the week. All right, we are starting a brand new series, and it's entitled Accomplishments versus Distractions. Now, you might have other names for distractions. Might be the whirlwind. It just might be noise. And I have to tell you, the distractions aren't going away. So it's 100% up to us to manage ourselves. So how are we going to accomplish this? Well, first, we're going to start off by building in a foundational understanding. What is that understanding? That is, we must take 100% responsibility to achieve what we want to achieve in life. See, the noise, the distractions, okay, the whirlwind ain't going away. It's going to be here forever. So for us to accomplish what we want to accomplish, we have to look to ourselves to say, all right, all this stuff is going on around me. I've got to have the talent and the wherewithal to avoid the noise, avoid the distractions, so I can accomplish what I want to accomplish in my life. All right, so how do we do this? Well, one, you start off with that understanding. I'm 100% responsible. Two, let's jump into 3 tips to help you along those lines once you have that foundational understanding. Big and meaningful why. You know, we hear, all right, and we teach this in Real Estate Masters, that you've got to have, you know what, your why. In fact, we'll give you a list, or we'll recommend you to build a list of 100 whys. You know, the concept about that is it takes time for you to get to the meat. So first of all, it's really easy, and as you build that list, it gets tougher because you're like going, what do I really want? And this is key. If you really want to have that attraction, a must accomplish, your why has to be big enough and it has to be meaningful. You know, just putting down something that sounds cool that you want, and you know, it'd be great to have, doesn't work. See, because deep down, you really don't want it enough. But I will promise you this, when you take the time and really determine what's important to you, and it's big enough, guess what? You will think about it all the time. It will be part of you. Why? Because you really, really want it. And it's big enough to keep you driving forward. So number 1 is a big and meaningful why, okay? That's actually really important to you. Secondly, you must consistently measure and report back on your activities. We just brought out an entire system, okay, for you to utilize to do exactly this. But the system may be there, but we need the commitment from all to that system. And you know what? I'm thrilled. I know we have literally hundreds and hundreds of sales executives all excited about utilizing this. Now, here's the key to make this work. It's not only about measuring them and putting it in the system, but please don't skip the part where you have to report back. See, that flop sweat and that nerves, I know some of you are saying, well, I'm really not interested in anyone else knowing what I'm doing and hearing what I'm accomplishing or what I'm not accomplishing. I need a leap of faith here. You want it. I know you may feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's okay. But I will tell you, when you measure your numbers, productivity goes up. When you measure and report back those numbers, productivity skyrockets. I need you to take that key leap of faith and understand that those two together makes you unstoppable. All right, so we want that consistency, okay, to be able to accomplish those goals and get away from those distractions. If you consistently measure and report back your activities, you will see a noticeable difference. And last but not least on this is, for those of you who think, you know what, I just want to be perfect. I want to have all this down before I go to the next step, whatever that next step is in your business. Guess what? Perfection is a fantasy. It doesn't exist. You know, that perfectionist mindset, and let me tell you, for some of us, it's easy to fall into that. And some of you, you know what? You've just been inbred that way, and that's part of who you are. Be careful. You don't need to be perfect. What you need is to be consistent and productive. And I promise you, if you're a perfectionist, your work is stellar. you're doing great. All right? You're catching 99% of this stuff. The key is none of us are perfect. So when we focus on just being perfect, what we do is we let those distractions, that noise, hold us back of that problem instead of moving forward productively, okay, on an ongoing basis, on a consistent basis. All right. Step one in this series is helping you achieve those goals and getting rid of those noise and whirlwinds. We covered 3 key areas of that. Think about it. Meaningful, big and meaningful whys. You've got to measure and report back your numbers. And last but not least, being a perfect person just doesn't exist. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week where we'll be discussing health. Take care and enjoy. Bye-bye.